and welcome to Business Connections, a show produced by the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Jessica Wagner, and I'm Manager of Workforce and Economic Development for the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. The Dayton Chamber has about 2,200 member businesses across the 9-county Dayton region. And of those 2,200 members, nearly 50% of them have between 1 and 15 employees. Another 30% have between 16 and 50 employees. So those numbers tell us that the market is saturated with small businesses, and we need to support them in any way we can so they can grow. One of the ways we do that is through the Small Business Saturday campaign. It was started in 2010 by American Express to really encourage folks to get out there and shop this Saturday after Thanksgiving. And this year, mark your calendars, Small Business Saturday is Saturday, November 30th. And joining me today to talk about this very important campaign is one of our members, Kim Megginson, owner of Zigzag Gallery in Centerville. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your shop for those folks who may not have had a chance to visit you in Centerville so far.
Okay, we are an American craft gallery. We feature primarily American-made, about 80% American-made. If it's not American-made, we focus on fair trade groups. We work with a lot of small studio artists across the country, and we carry a mixture of handmade pottery and jewelry, woodworking, and a lot of women's clothing, nail shoes. Just so it's a kind of an eclectic mix of things.
Right, it sounds like we were speaking before, you've got a lot of variety there too, that people forget, like clothing, we kind of talked about
We have a lot
before.
of women's clothing, and a lot of that is domestic as well.
And how long has Zigzag Gallery been around in some form or another?
I didn't start the business. It was started by Tim and Sharon Patterson 39 years ago this November.
Wow.
They were on it was called the Fifth Street Gallery for the first couple years. Then they moved to Washington Square, and it was renamed Woodburn Gallery, which a lot of people will remember. And then I've been at the store for 29 years this year, which is hard to imagine. And then when they retired, I took the store over 16 years ago, and that's when the name was changed to Zigzag Gallery.
And now you're at Cross Point.
We're at Cross Point Center in Centerville.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, and since you've been, part of the business for so long, you've seen kind of how the small business market has changed. So kind of talk about some of those challenges that are unique to small businesses, in particular retail, kind of that you face.
Yeah, obviously, it's changed significantly with the internet. I think we work primarily with small. We are a small business, but we also work with a lot of small businesses. And I think as the internet has grown, it's easier and easier for people to sit on their couch at home and, do some Google searches and see what they can come up with. And I think and I think we all do that. I've been known to get on Zappos or whatever, but I think it is harder. I mean, I've had people come in my store and they're looking at the nail shoes and they pull up their phone to start check prices.
And see if they can find it cheaper.
Yeah, so
online.
it's a much more competitive market.
Well, and I love, like you, online shopping as much as the next person, but there's something, it's the experience, right, that you get in a store, small business, that you don't get online. And especially because, retailers like you, those owners, workers, they're doing such great work in the community outside of just running a business. And you and I spoke about, there's a statistic out there about how those small business owners are more likely to do some charity work right in your community.
I think the statistic is that local independent businesses typically donate 2.5 times as much as what a national retailer or chain would do.
Wow.
But I think we know our community. We're part of it. We have customers. I've been at the store for 29 years, and we have customers that have shopped there longer than I've been there. And I think, we know them, they know us. We've watched their kids grow up and get married and have babies, and I think it becomes an extended family.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. And
you, with the Zigzag Gallery, you've been a part of the Small Business Saturday campaign for years, which is great. Yes, exactly. So 2010. And we call it Small Business Saturday, but the impact is huge. American Express reported that consumers spend nearly $18 million at independent retailers just in 2018, right? So, I mean, and you've seen the impact, too, of when people make that, conscious effort to go to store to go to a store like
well,
yours.
and there's another statistic that for every $100 spent, if you're buying at a local independent business, $68 of that money stays in the community. If you're buying at a big box or a national chain, I think it's $43.
That's awesome.
So again, and you're buying from local, your sales tax dollars are staying local, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So talk a little bit more about what you've seen as being a participant in Small Business Saturday in terms of the value of shopping local, but kind of having a big corporate partner like American Express really push this idea.
In the Dayton Chamber.
Thank you. Yes, we definitely support it as well.
You do, and you all have been amazing about supporting us on that day. But I think it's just awareness. I think our business is a local small business, but our business has been, or my business has been based on small business. I mean, most of the people we work with are studio artists, a husband and wife in Texas, or a jeweler in California, or a fabric or a clothing company in Philadelphia. So they're very small. We are supporting those small businesses, and then when the customers support us, it just builds from there.
Right. I mean, it's a ripple effect.
It is. It totally is.
When you shop small.
And I think with the Small Business Saturday, I think American Express has just raised the awareness of that. And I think the Dayton Chamber has worked locally to really support all of us and help that be more visible. And as people understand, I think I hear it in our customers, like they're excited to buy American made. And I think that's kind of interesting to me because we've always been American made, but I think there's more of an awareness now.
Yeah, that's great. And we're so grateful for small businesses like you that become part of a chamber. And just reading those statistics about our members, I mean, half of them have between 1 and 15 employees,
That's
right?
amazing.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's not all these kind of big corporations.
Yeah.
These small businesses really make up the backbone and the main fabric of our business community. And so we want to make sure, you're strong.
Well, I think I saw some. Small businesses employ 77 million Americans nationwide.
Yeah,
which is kind of incredible.
The impact
Yeah.
is, I mean, you wouldn't think about it until you really start to hear those numbers.
And I think you often think of the chamber as more of a big business, corporate, the large businesses. And so your statistics were fascinating to me too. It's like,
yeah, and we know that corporations have different challenges here locally, and we're here to support them. But we also certainly never forget the little guy, right? And you've been here, so I mean, what a wonderful legacy that this store has had, in some form or another, being part of this Dayton community.
it's a neat history.
Yeah. So what's the response been from some of your customers, or even new faces that maybe you get during kind of that weekend after Thanksgiving, particular Small Business Saturday?
Well, I think we've seen it grow over the years as people become more aware, and I think it's a great time to be doing holiday shopping, and I think our customer tends not to be the Black Friday, big mall shopper a lot of times anyway. So Saturday has become kind of a fun little party in the store. So.
That's great. And probably you see some of those, hopefully, like you said, your long-term customers make it a habit to hopefully support you on that day and throughout the whole year as well.
Yeah.
And that's something that I know American Express is really focused on, we at the Chamber, where it's more than just this one day, right? It's kind of a mindset that to think local, anytime you need something, right, is where can I get this locally? And think about those experiences you have coming in the shop. I mean, touching and feeling, and I know in your shop you've got information about some of the artists and who they are, which is fabulous.
Do. And I think I've got a great group of women working for me, and I think they're very knowledgeable about the backstories on the artist and the people that we've carried for 30 years, and we love sharing that information. And again, I think our customers like that. It's kind of nice to be able to feel the pottery mug in your hand rather than just looking at a picture online, and maybe they come in for a wedding present and happen to see a really pretty sweater hanging back there too, or so it's kind of that interesting mix, and it's about connections with the artist and with our customers.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, it brings that connection, and you really understand the thought that went into this beautiful, unique piece of art or whatever product. it might be. Something else from American Express, that 96% of Small Business Saturday shoppers say they want to spend their dollars at small shops throughout the year, which is great. And I think we all want to do that, but how do you put it into practice, right? And so this is a great way to really kind of inspire that mindset, especially going into the holiday season, because we know malls are packed, right?
Yes.
So anytime you can find those small shops,
Yes.
where it's a little bit easier to find what you're looking for, and you don't have to brave the crowds too much.
Well, and I think even before I worked there, it was sort of, I always felt like it was the kind of place, if I knew I needed a gift and I had no idea what to get that person, I could come in and I could wander around a little bit and it would be there. It'd call my name eventually.
Yeah, and knowledgeable staff too that can help you, right? You know, you're not just kind of wandering on your own, like you said. You've got a great group of women
we can help you connect to it. And then we can gift wrap it and have it all ready for you to go.
Oh, even better, added perk, the gift wrap.
Yes.
I like that. Kim, anything else you want to add about being a small business owner in this market, in the Dayton region, and kind of your thoughts moving forward?
I think this region is a great place to be. I think obviously it's been a tough year for Dayton. We've had some really devastating things happen here. And I think if anything, that has shown me the strength of the community and how everybody pulls together and supports each other. And I think as a small business, you can't ask for more than that.
Absolutely, and everything that Dayton has gone through, you know, we are amazed at the generosity of our members, from kind of those big corporations to smaller shops who are doing their part to help everyone, right? So it's been amazing to see the positive response despite
it has been.
what we've been going through. Well, Kim, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you and all of our small business members, and we're glad that you are participating once again in Small Business Saturday and continue to do so for ninth year now.
Yes.
Would be,
whatever, from the beginning. I know that.
That's great.
We were excited to see it happen, and we really appreciate the support from the Chamber.
Well, you are more than welcome. We are happy to do it. So thank you again, and anytime you shop small at home, please share your photos on social media and use the hashtag #ShopSmall. We'd love to check them out on Twitter and Facebook. And for more information about Small Business Saturday and all of the work the Dayton Chamber is doing, you can check out our website at daytonchamber.org. And again, you can also follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter for exclusive content. I'm Jessica Wagner, Manager of Workforce and Economic Development for the Dayton Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for being with us. And now we'll get a special message from our President and CEO, Phil Parker.
On Saturday, November 30th, we kicked off the nationally recognized Small Business Saturday. This is a great time when we should all remember to support our area small businesses and the entrepreneurs who own and operate these companies that support our local economy with jobs and unselfishly support our community. Small businesses make up the vast majority of our nation's number of businesses and the employment in our communities. Our economic system of free enterprise encourages men and women of all ages and backgrounds to invest in themselves and secure the American dream for their families and loved ones by starting and owning a small business. This is a great time to proactively respect those local businesses owners and seek out their establishments. Many have invested everything they own in order to achieve success and a worthwhile career. I have nothing against our local businesses who also market through the internet. Many do. But for those that have brick and mortar and hire your spouse, children, niece, neighbor, or friend, now is the time to walk into their store or office and let them know you support their dream, their investment, and their business. Thank you.